everyone! Welcome back to the My Hero Academia Season 6 reaction. Watching episode 18 today. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe below. Check out my Patreon, Discord, Instagram, and all that good stuff.
What's on Patreon?
On Patreon, it's not for £1. You get early access reactions to Pokemon and Boards episodes, as well as shout outs in the description of every video. You can also get things like early access to other shows as well, like this one and Dragon Ball. So check it out. What happened last time on My Hero?
We were looking more at the Todoroki family.
Yeah, it was the whole story of their son.
Yeah, what happened to him? He was just wanting
Toya
to please his dad because his dad was trying to raise him to be a hero,
to be better than All Might. But then he found out
couldn't-
quickly that he just
his body couldn't take the heat.
Yeah,
so he needed to get out of the kitchen.
What?
Instead, he went to the woods and burned it all down.
Yeah, and burned himself alive, but he did not die.
No,
He just went crazy.
Yes, and now the whole family's there, and they're like, "Look, this is a family issue. We need to solve it as a family."
He's like, and Todoroki will be the one to fight him, basically, but he'll need your help.
Yes.
He's like, oh, sorry.
Crying.
The world hates him.
Yes.
And chaos in the streets. It's just a mess everywhere.
Meanwhile, Deku's still in a coma.
He's in a coma, yeah.
But they're starting to be like, there's something weird about
Yes, they do know that, and they also...
Like, All Might's with him. Oh, I bet he is.
And also, All Might can sense that Deku is speaking with the other holders of the One for All. So I guess we'll see where it goes from next. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's begin.
You must be talking with the previous wielders. What's going on? What happened to everybody else?
Everyone's dead, Deku. You don't even care.
My teachers.
We need to have ourselves a talk before you wake up.
Oh?
Oh, that's
the
nice.
Council of the Founders.
Who's that? Looking at the wall.
My apologies. The timing's not ideal.
Oh, please. It's just bad luck this is happening now.
Banjo, you spoke to him before, yes? When he first used Black Whip?
Ooh.
These are the people who
Is that All Might?
That might be All Might. He's not quite whole yet.
About 4 months ago, it suddenly began to grow at a rapid pace.
Oh, it's growing?
As a result of this acceleration, the previous wielders, the figures you see in front of you now, were able to take shape and communicate with each other inside of One for All.
Like I was getting stronger and stronger?
When my brother forcibly pulled us into the battle earlier, we gained even more freedom. It's now far easier for us to appear before you.
That's useful.
That is useful.
Don't worry. We'll still give you plenty of privacy if you know what I mean. Understand what you're saying.
Allow me to explain.
Whoa, big boy over here.
My name's Kage Shinomori, and I was One for All's fourth wielder.
Fourth wielder.
During the recent battle, you unintentionally tapped into my quirk and used it on the field.
Which one's that?
According to All Might, the fourth wielder's quirk was
Danger
the ability to
sense.
danger.
There.
It was kind of a shock, to be honest.
Number 4's a weird one. He got tired of everyday life, so he started living in seclusion like a hermit.
So I could dodge you instantly.
Strange, not me.
All Might didn't mention specifics in his notes. Actually, I'm pretty sure he crossed out the important details.
But why?
We discovered I died of old age.
He was so young.
I was as surprised as you. Neither Banjo nor I had any way of knowing how he died. We only found out because Yagi looked into the matter. What this fact leads us to believe is that One for All can't be wielded safely by an ordinary human being.
Oh?
I'm second only to Yagi in terms of users who lived with the quirk the longest. For 18 years, I spent my days training and building up the power as best I could, avoiding All for One. I always knew I didn't stand a chance of defeating him myself.
So do you like die younger? Like you don't live to be an old person?
But as time passed, cracks began appearing on my body.
Oh.
I thought perhaps I wasn't training enough. The natural causes that killed me were due to the multiple quirks inside my body.
Oh boy.
Drastically shortened my lifespan.
Oh. So does it mean Deku's gonna die sooner as well?
Because he's got loads.
He's a lot.
So we asked, what was the intrinsic difference between Yagi and Shinomori? was quirkless.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you have already a quirk,
But as he gathered information,
Oh,
then it
he learned through the
is a
piece
problem.
is that why he chose Deku then?
No, he didn't know that.
And then,
It just happened to be that way.
I was certain. According to what he said, a person's consciousness is etched into their quirk factor. So why is Yagi's vestige here, even though he didn't have an ability of his own? We always thought a piece of the user ended up inside of One For All because of the power they were born with. More precisely, that the consciousness
It's like, why is All Might there
lived
if
on
he didn't have a
one to
quirk?
start with.
Yeah.
to my One For All. Think of one's ability to hold a quirk as a glass. If it's not empty when they inherit One For All, it overflows, eating away at your lifespan.
But without a quirk, it starts out empty, and then it's able to be full.
Well, that's good news for Deku. They could have started with that. Or led with that.
Oh yeah,
Instead
because
of
at first it's
scaring him.
like, wait, I'm gonna die?
Oh, it can't be passed on at all?
Like it's getting so much stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where even a normal person can't handle it.
You could pass it on to another quirkless person. But they're like an endangered species, few and far between these days.
It's true. Like what are the odds you're gonna find another quirkless person these days?
We learned this over generations of observation.
So eventually it'll be to where nobody else can have it at that point.
You somehow became back-to-back recipients.
You get what this means, kid? You might be the last person who wields One For All.
Oh, wow.
Because by the time he passes it on, there's no one left that doesn't have a quirk.
And now the real question. Izuku,
Are you ready to die?
tell us, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki? That's not a request. I'm gauging your resolve. When you saw that boy's face, you thought he looked as though he was asking for help.
Yes. He needs help.
We feel your emotions.
The problem is, the rest of us had a completely different take on the situation. We know All For One was inside his head, which was causing Shigaraki pain, yeah. But in that moment, it didn't seem like he wanted to be saved. Even as he suffered in front of us, those terrible eyes held nothing but hatred.
But it's like, why does he have hatred?
We both ended up facing All For One, but we managed to keep him from stealing the power from us. Because in order to make One For All surrender, you gotta come
Who
out
are
of
they?
passion that surpasses.
I feel like they're staying out of this for some particular reason. They don't want to talk to him.
Such an overwhelming will alone.
But Tomura Shigaraki is my grandson. I left my family to fight All For One, abandon my child, and this is the result. We're in a terrible situation. It's disgraceful that I failed to achieve my goal, and now have to rely on a 16-year-old.
At least you know he's 16. I thought he was 15.
If that monster manages to fully awaken, no one will be able to stop him.
He is very powerful.
Yeah, it's almost like too powerful for even if Deku even was at 100%.
Beyond redemption. So if you think he looked like he wanted to be saved, ask yourself. In the end, will you have the resolve necessary to kill him?
With the sweet release of death.
I don't think Deku's the kind of person that would.
No, I don't think so.
In the depths of that hatred, I could sense a lost child crying.
Because there is inside of him.
A lot of people since I received this power. I had to, because they wouldn't back down. It was my only option. The thing is, I never found out why they ended up becoming villains. What caused all their anger? If I had known, maybe things would have been different. Maybe I still would have had to fight. Maybe not. Shigaraki killed so many innocent people. One For All isn't a power meant to do harm. It's a power meant to save.
So I will save him.
That's something I learned from All Might. It's not just me. This thing you've cultivated through blood, sweat, and tears has encouraged countless people to become better versions of themselves over
His mouth is forming.
generations.
Right?
Even if it started as
Whoa,
a way
you got
to
a mouth,
destroy
bro.
your brother. One For All has taken on another purpose in this world. I don't know what I should do next, that's true. And I get that the only way to stop him might be to kill him.
I want to save that that little kid.
You've turned into a ween.
And that's why we'll follow your lead.
Were they testing him?
I'm so happy.
To see his resolve?
That my power was passed on to you two.
What, don't get rid of more of it, because I am naked.
Oh.
For which I apologize.
Yeah, I knew it. They were testing him.
Reno is alive.
Just to see, like, if he said, like, yes, I would kill him, and they'd be like, you're not worthy.
I said hello.
You two better start helping out. You can't just ignore us. We need your cooperation.
Yeah, who are you?
Unleash One for All's full potential.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's like, do they not want to be involved in this?
The predecessors are sharing their stories. Truth about One for All. My master's regrets. Exactly.
And they're gonna walk in like, hey, spill the beans.
Flowing through me.
Tell us the truth, All Might.
This is a bad time.
You're Hawks, right?
Let's skip
Have they not
the
met
intros
before?
So I can get straight to the important stuff.
I guess not.
Is Midoriya going to recover? This is about Midoriya and One for All.
What did you say?
The hero from the raid heard something about it on the radio. More and more people are asking questions. And Endeavor told us that as the battle progressed, Shigaraki was targeting Midoriya, a mere UA student. I'm trying to get the full picture. Because from now on, we're not just fighting villains. We are also battling public sentiment.
You gotta tell them the truth. At least the heroes need to know.
Yeah.
If the villains,
The
already
villains
know.
already know, so
Things have changed.
you might have to be careful what you release to the press,
These
but
don't want the types to back down.
People want to feel safe. They need somebody to put their faith in.
don't sit on the front row, you get like uncoloured.
Dabi is indeed my oldest son.
Oh, press conference time.
I can't deny what he spoke is the truth. I stand before you to apologize for my misdeeds.
Those faces.
His family's ugly past. And
How dare you, sick man!
Oh man.
he's right. Best Genius is alive, which refutes Dabi's claims that Hawks murdered him.
Yeah! Get your story straight!
Best Genius was made to look like he was dead, and that's how I infiltrated their ranks. But the rest of the awful things Dabi mentioned are correct for the most part. My father's identity, how I killed a desperate villain who was running away, that's all true. I apologize for hiding the
As an
truth about
angry
my
duck.
orders.
And a
Now
shook
that
frog.
was a mistake. If he had activated his quirk, the damage would have been unimaginably worse than it already was. I did want to bring him in for his crimes. But in the end, his concern for his fellow League members forced the issue. I had to act. I feel awful for how things went down. I just hope you'll believe me.
I've got a question.
Oh boy, here we go.
In the chaos caused by Gigantomachia, my own mother was seriously injured.
Oh boy.
Do you really
Hey,
think
Karen.
apologizing and saying you feel bad fixes anything? Do you have any idea how many people lost their homes?
Yes.
Oh, yes, they know.
I don't think you understand how much you screwed
I
up.
don't think you
This is the
understand.
villains who did this, sure, but the
What
only
did you
reason
help?
you're in
Did you do anything?
because of your mistakes.
If we stood up here crying and carrying on, would that make your mother better?
Huh? No, of course it wouldn't. But you could do something besides talk. Take care of the villains on the street.
That's what are we doing here then?
Injured.
A hero.
But right now, there are fewer heroes in the field. We are no longer equipped to protect so many citizens. With that in mind, we have patterned a temporary solution. After consulting with government officials, we'd like to announce that starting today, UA High and other schools with hero courses will be designated as emergency shelters.
Direct your blame and anger at me, but let us help you. Plenty of pros are still risking their lives for you. Again, I'll say watch me.
Haven't had enough pain yet?
When Endeavor was asked about One for All, he said he knew nothing about it.
I mean, to be fair, he actually doesn't know much about it.
They probably do know though.
I think it's super bad. Look! I had a letter from Midoriya on my door.
How do you know? Us too. What is this?
Or Midoriya.
For each one.
He handwrote every single one.
So much.
Maybe she got a special.
It's
Mm.
time for you and the rest of our class to know everything. So I'm writing letters to try and explain. My quirk is a power passed on to me from All Might. It's a gift that she
He's telling everybody.
wants to steal.
So all his friends will know.
Coming after me.
So he's woken up
The
now.
last thing I want to do is put others in danger. And it's dangerous to be near me.
So I'm leaving, bro.
So I'm leaving you. Thank you. And goodbye.
You idiot.
And now he's on his own? Out in the world?
If heroes are those who don't hesitate to take the hardest path, then who will be willing to follow them when they're suffering?
Oh, Deku's suffering.
Looks like a huge villain.
Oh yeah.
The final act begins. There you go. An episode of My Hero.
The final act begins makes it sound like it's going to be the end of the show after this, but it's not.
It's technically the last arc, but it's like little arcs in that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
We're in the final stretch,
Right.
basically, is what that.
Not least because the manga writer is
Oh yeah, I have,
worn out.
he's in poor health at the moment, the poor guy.
The poor people that
There's like, work!
riot the
Work!
mangas, I feel so sorry for them.
I know.
Well, Deku secret is out.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
All the heroes
Apart
know,
from
all his
maybe the
friends
public,
know.
No. I mean, you've got to be careful what you say to the public. We know that in real life.
Yeah, exactly. And we know how that's exactly how the public is as well.
Yes.
Where they're like, what are you doing to help
My mother is injured, and it's like, so what did you do?
Are you doing anything to help? Because we
Is
could
you
use all the
shouting
help.
at us achieving anything?
He's like, would you rather us cry and up here and like, no, I wouldn't. Like, why are you going there? That's what we're gonna do.
They're
So,
trying to think of something.
let us help you.
They need to heal before they can do anything. It is always like a catch-22 because they're going to cause more destruction,
Mhm.
and they're the ones fighting the villains, so it seems like they're involved with them. In a
No,
way,
you
and-
killed a villain. It's like
Don't you, is that not what you want?
It would have been worse if he didn't
And
die.
he tried so
And he
hard
tried really hard. Like,
to
don't do it.
not have to kill him.
Yeah.
Well, he had a nice little chat
Mhm.
with his.
But the
his
predecessor,
sisters.
there's two of them that we didn't get to see because they were like against the
They're
wall.
like not wanting to get. They're like maximum introverts.
But
They're
it's-
like not getting involved in this conversation.
But it's basically time to where now he can communicate with them. They
Mhm.
can almost train him to use their
Yes,
powers.
and
Like,
that is necessary.
this is my power. This is how to use it. This is what you
Mhm.
need to do. And now he'll be out there on the field as well. No more academia.
Yes.
Now it's him out there fighting villains.
He didn't do much in the academia sense anyway. That's like the Pokemon game where you're in a school, you didn't know classes.
No.
I feel like the academia part didn't help him that much.
No, he learned a lot, but now it's time to actually
Get
like
some real
get some
world
real
experience.
experience. Yeah, exactly.
Work experience time.
It's about Vigilante Deku now. Out there
Yeah,
in
he
the
looks
field.
cooler.
He has Gran Torino's outfit around him. That's what that yellow scarf is.
Oh, that's nice. But Gran Torino didn't die, right?
No, but I think he is permanently out of commission
now.
Yeah,
I mean, he was very old.
I think his legs are broken or something. I don't remember, but he's done basically. Everything else was just like the press stuff and everyone knowing now All For One. He explained it in detail. Like, I
Mhm.
gained it from All Might. The villains are after me. You'd be safer without me around, basically, because they'll
Yeah.
come after me again. So I need to be away from all of you, which it makes sense. It's, you know, of course they're gonna be sad about it, but it's like it has to be done.
Mm-hmm. And at least we know they like tried to sneak in there like Deku's gonna die, and then they're like, psych. He didn't have a quirk to start with, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, that's for that as well.
But then they made out like someone with a normal body couldn't handle it.
No, they're saying like they could handle it, because he was thinking like, well, does that mean that a normal
Mhm.
person can't handle it? And it's like, no, like you could pass it on to another quirkless person. It's just
There's not many of them these days.
It's almost extinct basically. They'd be extinct by then. By the
Mhm.
time you pass it on to somebody, it's over. And if you pass it on to someone who already has a quirk, they will die much faster because
Their
of
body can't handle.
it can't
all of
handle.
it.
It's too much power. Yeah. So it's almost like fate that Deku was picked. And it's because like they showed a Night Eye on there as well, because he was so adamant for Lemillion to be the wielder of it. If he had,
He
yes,
died
he would have been amazingly
younger.
powerful, but he would have
Yes.
died way younger. His body wouldn't be able to handle it.
Mhm.
So it was actually better that Deku did get it in the end,
Mhm.
in that case. Plus, they checked his resolve. They're like, will you kill him? Like, I see deep inside of him is a child that needs help. Like, deep down inside that he's still a lost child.
Mhm.
And he
Bet
wants to
he's
help
gonna
him.
need some intense therapy to get over all of that.
He can just do what Naruto did to Sasuke and just
Jutsu.
beat him out, beat it out of him.
Okay, I was gonna say talk no jutsu. Okay.
Well, beat him up and then talk no jutsu. When he can't move anymore, then you talk.
Like, right. Now we're having a conversation.
Now we're gonna talk. But did you enjoy?
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone else enjoyed. Like, subscribe if you did, and as always, have a great one. People just get bitter.
If you want to stay here and die,
I
it's
mean,
up to you.
fair
you
enough.
can't force them to go.